Hey team, welcome to Inside the Movie Photographer with Jasin Boland. Hey, so I thought that I should start a little regular thing going through my Instagram because, as I told you before, I do a little bit of a theme, especially when a new film comes out. I have a tendency to just smash everyone with images from that. So I thought, well, why not start off with Extraction, which is now the largest release ever by a streamer, and Netflix is just kicking butt with this. And more to the point, my mates, Mr. Hemsworth and Sam Hargrave and Randeep Hooda and little Rudy, amazing result that they're getting. Now this is one of my favourite behind the scenes shots of Chris, and it's just, for me, it's an actor, just as they are about to be called to action, in their head, for me, they are probably the most in character, and I get so many amazing images from moments like these. And I love a little bit of foreground, as you can see, and a sleigh. This was back out in the alley. I think Randeep was in this scene as well. And Chris is always amazing. I was looking for a poster image for this, and he knows when I'm there, pointing the camera sideways, it means that I'm looking for that sort of thing, and he's always very, very helpful of giving me some great images. There you go. Oh, in the background you can see our producer and my buddy Patrick Newell. So here's Chris and Gol again. The Lion House in Thailand, amazing location, beautiful set. And this is on the bridge. Sam, our director, with Chris. Oh my gosh, those two worked like you have no idea. And the relationship between them is quite something else to see. Sam is, Sam's worked both sides of the camera, so he knows what it feels like. And Chris, he's just 100%er. And these two together, they just want to give each other everything they can possibly give and not let the other down. And hence that makes us guys as crew members work so hard when you've got two people leading from the top that are just awesome. And then you've got Lee Cleary too, our first assistant director. He's always on the ball, but also he's always there for a good laugh and to keep everyone entertained. And when it's pretty intense like this, he can lighten it up as well as keeping us safe. This is another one of those shots, and talking about Lee, I asked Lee if he could just ask Chris to start a little bit further back for me, and he did. And there's so much going on in here. It's amazing. Our special effects guys with all the smoke and explosions and fire. I mean, it's just. I look at it at first I didn't really like this shot. I was like, a bit boring because it's not enough action for me. But the more I look at it, there's so much going on. It's really quite trippy. And it lends a lot, it explains a lot about what's going on with the film, with Extraction. Now, come on, who doesn't like a shot of Mr. Hemsworth with a puppy dog? No need to say any more than that, but that's just adorable. Now, this Randeep Hooda and my little buddy Rudy, I gotta say, Randeep is an amazing actor and incredible with his action. And Rudy, he was just, he's a bit like what I was saying before about, in one of my other videos about me with the stunt guys throwing me around and pulling me into where it's safe. Rudy just had trust in everyone that they were going to look after him. And this scene with Randeep is just absolutely insane. I'm not going to give any spoilers on anything, but the two of them just give everything, and I know that Randeep has a load of fans, and a lot of Randeep's followers are now following me on my Instagram, which is very cool. I love my Indian following, and I love India too, just quietly. So yeah, Randeep, oh my gosh, this guy delivers action like nothing you've ever seen. Hemsy again, a little bit of isolation. I can't tell you how long he held his breath for, but it was a really long time. I didn't have to hold my breath because I was underwater with our underwater DP, Simon Christides. And it's so much fun. I love shooting underwater. I'm right next to Simon. I have my camera stuffed right underneath his. I come back a little bit so that my bubbles go go away from us all. It's funny because people think that, you breathe out and the bubbles might go in front of your lens, but they don't. The bubbles actually do go completely straight up. So it's a really cool environment, and it is beautiful isolation where you are completely with your own thoughts. And, Chris is acting here, obviously, but the solitude of being underwater is definitely something else, and you can see that's his happy place. And he's a surfer and he loves the ocean. Goal. Now I really kind of love this shot. This is one of the first ones that we did. I think it might have been the first day, and this is with Priyanshu, who I'm not going to say too much, but obviously it's a scene in the men's lavatory with a gun and a very, very gorgeous girl who herself is somewhat of a lethal weapon. You got to see the film. I'm sure all you guys have. It's insane. It's just action from woe to go. Oh, here we are with Chris and Rudy in the sewer. And yes, we were really in the sewer, up to our knees in water and film rubbish, so to speak. But we did clean it all out. That was so dark. Oh my gosh. I remember it was like, I think I was like 6,400 or 12,800 ISO or something insane. And that was with my Z6. In fact, most of these shots are with my Nikon Z6. This is my real first film that I shot nearly everything on the Z6. And it's great. Here's another shot of Chris and Rudy in the forest. The thing about the Z6 is, I can stuff a camera into places where I can't get my head. Whether that's under a camera, cine camera, or through a piece of set, whatever, it's revolutionized my life shooting mirrorless as opposed to just DSLR. I still use the DSLRs for heavy action. That's more out of habit, I think, than anything else. I really throw a camera around a lot. And I don't know whether it's that extra weight or whether it's just what I'm used to, but yeah, I do shoot DSLRs as well as the mirrorless, but the mirrorless being silent, you can capture sensitive scenes just like this without any problem whatsoever. I don't have to be looking at an actor. I can use the screen on the back. I do prefer the EVF. The other thing about it too is the camera isn't in a box, isn't in a Aquatech sound blimp, so I'm able to see the exposure live through the EVF, whereas in the old days you used to have to set and forget. And, the sun would pop out, or you'd turn around and there'd be a different pocket of light. But now you can just do it second nature. Your brain and your eyes are the light meter, and, the camera takes it away. That's the other thing too with the camera is I do shoot manual for everything. I find that automatic can trick the camera. I don't want the camera to be tricked. I want to be in control of it. I'm the boss, like Goal is here with Rake's puppy dog. She's so classy and great actor. And his where's that? I think that's in the marketplace. But this goes to show with Chris the cooperation that he gives me to be able to shoot. It's like I'm not there, and I check with him. I give a roundabout area. Is it cool? Out of respect, because it's a tough job what these guys are doing. They've got lots of lines to deliver, and think about their delivery for the director, and that's what I call it, the director's performance. And for me, that's all I'm really interested in. I don't like doing setups because I find that it sucks the life out of an image. Like this, for example, this is at the very end of Chris's last day on extraction, and it was the last shot, and we'd finished. They called a wrap, and he's just like thrown his arms up, and he is exhausted. And that's just him every day, gives absolutely everything. And like I said, that's why us as crew members go out and give it all we've got for guys like Chris and Sam Hargrave and Ari, our producer, and the Russo brothers. It's when you've got people that are good people and understand what it's like to be away from your family. Patrick Newell, another one of our producers, he's got a heart, and these guys all have hearts, and that's all it takes to have us guys giving everything we can possibly give to make a film amazing. And it shows in Extraction, you know. I mean, biggest opening streamer for Netflix ever. And that's by no accident. That's just through sheer hard work from every single person that worked on this film. This was the very first image that was released a long, long time ago when we were still shooting. And Sam and Chris in the big fight scene, I guess. And Sam showing Chris what he expects and what's going to happen. That's what I mean. Very hands-on director and wonderful guy to be around. So everyone that worked on it, congratulations. So for those that have seen it, you've probably seen it more than once. Those that haven't seen it, make sure you see it. It's one hell of a ride from beginning to end. There's one shot in it they call the oneer, which is just absolutely insane. Everyone gave everything, and it's very, very cool to work on a production such as this with such great people around you. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed my little talk through Extraction from my Instagram. I'm going to do this from time to time because Instagram is kind of where I leave a lot of my work, and I do have fun. Keep checking back, team, and subscribe if you could, and ring the bell so that way you get notified when I do another one of these. And plus I've got some amazing interviews with other crew members. I've got incredible interviews with some of the greatest photographers on the planet and some photographers yet to be discovered. So anyway, have a great day. Thanks. Cheers.